Hey everybody, what's going on? Eric here, back with George's Epiphone guitar, trying to get these controls back into this semi-hollow body, and looks like I'm going to have to do it the hard way. And yeah, so I haven't talked to George about this yet, and I don't know how he's going to feel about me doing this, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it. So I ended up basically getting my Dremel out. And I figured, like, somewhere around over here, a little bit off to the side where I could still get my fingers inside there, but yet not make a really big hole in order to get into this guitar. Yeah, I'm going to cut a hole inside the guitar to basically open this thing up so I can get into it. It's the only way I could think of doing it, so I'm just going to get it done and get it going over here. So I got my bit on my Dremel, and I'm going to go ahead and turn that on and start working on this thing.
Eric, what's that sound? Eric? Eric? No. No. Eric! No!
Alright, so it's not really a clean cut, but it looks pretty good to me. And now I'll be able to get those controls inside there without having to fight with the, trying to put them through the F-hole and shit like that. So, alright, so I want to get into this thing now and get it going. Yeah, wish me luck. This video is brought to you by Blistex Medicaid Mint Balm. For when you have herpes on your lips and need a secret nut sauce for your guitar nut that is improperly cut. And remember, folks, Terry uses it.
That's right. Good old Blistex lip balm. In this case, medicated mint.
So remember, folks, if you have herpes on your lips or do not know how to cut a nut slot, try Blistex Medicated Mint Balm. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. We break into this program to bring you an important news update. Santa was arrested last night. Are you serious? Sorry. Santa was arrested last night for flying his sleigh recklessly in the sky around 4 a.m. early this morning over Chicago. Chicago police had to take to the sky from O'Hare Airport to force the jolly old man in red to the ground. From there, Chicago police found that the man in red, Santa, was under the influence of an unknown substance. Are you kidding me? Chicago police interviewed Rudolph, Santa's head reindeer. Rudolph said, with his nose so bright, "Come on. We left Wisconsin, entered Illinois. We got closer to Chicago. Santa started to pull us to the left. If it wasn't for Santa pulling us to the left, we would have been all right." Brother. After Santa's extreme munchies, Chicago police found a lot of cookie crumbs in Santa's beard and sleigh. Go figure. Santa Claus, Christmas time, you know. Chicago police had the cookie crumbs tested and found high amounts of THC. Please, do I have to read the rest of this? Seems like the jolly old man in red has consumed a lot of special Christmas cookies. Okay. Illinois, Cook County has not been legalized for recreational use. Who writes this shit? Of marijuana. Therefore, it's still illegal to use marijuana in Illinois. In conclusion, Santa will be held overnight at the Cook County Correctional Center for the rest of the morning or until he wakes up for court. Yeah, okay. Now we're returning to our regular scheduled broadcast. Please, who writes this shit? Alright, so here is the bridge pickup ring off of George's guitar. And I've already taken a piece of sandpaper and kind of sanded this, kind of just went in there and got rid of all the burrs and shit like that. And what I want to do with this is kind of glue this up and then put a clamp on it to where it's going to close up that gap. And after that dries, I'm going to re-drill these holes, and I'll explain why in a minute. So all I'm going to use is just simple crazy glue. Doesn't have to be anything special. I just want to put a couple of dabs inside there. And if it kind of squeezes out a little bit, I'm not too concerned about that. That's fine. You can wipe it. And then I'll go over with some black paint to get rid of that line right there, because that's basically just showing that where it's cracked. So I'm going to take this clamp. I already have it kind of snugged up a little bit, and I just want to snug it up even more. If I snug it up too much, it'll end up opening that crack up a little bit, and I don't want to do that. I just want to squeeze the two pieces of wood together and make sure that they stay nice and even and nice and flat, and let that sit overnight. So the reason why I want to re-drill these holes that are on this pickup ring, because it's the same size hole that's drilled on the guitar body, and basically the screw threads into this pickup ring, riser ring, or whatever you want to call it. And that could be part of the reason why it's split onto one end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up these holes a little bit more to where the screw can slide in and out of there, and use the guitar body as the mount to lock the pickup and this ring down. So that will help this from breaking again. All right, so let's get on to bigger and better things now. All right, so I'm going to be doing the last part of this for today. It's getting kind of late, and I'm going to go to bed. So I hope everyone had a great Christmas. It's pretty much over with. I'm kind of glad. All the running around and just getting things done and making everybody happy is over. So time to make everybody miserable again. So what I want to do here is open up the holes on this pickup ring so the screw doesn't thread in the hole. Now right now I cannot slide the screw inside the hole. It threads. And I don't think that's right, because that'll end up putting pressure on this. And since the wood grain is all going this way with this pickup ring, it's going to end up splitting again. So what I want to do is just lightly open this thing up. I have a drill bit here that's a little bit, should be a little bit bigger than the actual screw. Help if I put the drill bit on the right direction. And what I want to do is kind of just open up that hole. Let the drill bit do the work. Don't force it in. Now that screw will slide inside there. It's not real loose. And when I put this back on George's guitar, it should pretty much have no pressure other than downforce. There you go, that's better. Other than some type of downforce on the top of it to be able to basically lock this in place. Now what I also want to do is I also want to clean up any wax that is on this. So I'm going to use some rubbing alcohol, just regular rubbing alcohol. And I'm going to use the rag that George gave me, little washcloth here that he had his controls wrapped in. And I'm going to just put a little bit of rubbing alcohol on here. And what this rubbing alcohol will do is remove, hopefully, or loosen up any of this wax that is around this pickup ring. Because what I'm going to end up doing is repainting this ring to make it look new again. And it's just going to be around the edges, the parts that you could see. And how I'm going to do this is with a black paint marker. Not a magic marker, which could be probably used as well. Make sure all that wax is off of there, because there was quite a bit on the end grain over here. Now this is arched with the body of the guitar. I don't know if you could see that, but there is a slight curve in this. So it is arched with the body of the guitar. And this crack was on the side facing you as you're playing. So I know which side is going to be where. Because these holes are drilled a little bit on an angle because of the way that the body is and the way that the pickup is. So basically what I have here is a black crayon marker. Paint marker. Loosen up the ball inside. There you go. Gotta shake these guys up. I found these are really handy. I have quite a few of them in different colors. They're great for fixing chips, for fixing like little scratches. The only thing is this is a flat paint, so it's not going to make this really glossy, because this is really not that glossy. It's like a semi-gloss, but that's basically what this is as well. Alright, so what I'm going to do is just move this over to the side. I don't want to get any paint on this towel. Take off the cap and start giving this a little bit of paint job on there. Stuff dries pretty fast. I don't want to just touch up one spot of it. I want to do this whole thing, because it'll end up looking like there's patchwork done or something. Now this is where the crack is, right on top, if you see that. What I want to do is I want to fill that up with paint. So what I need to do is I need to get a lot of paint on the tip of this. And there you go. And I'm going to fill that up. So you don't see any more of that. You might see a line, but it won't be colored like the rest of it. I will need to kind of take some of the paint off this tip. Don't want to have any runs on this. Make it look nice and clean. So the edges are nice. Alright, so I've got a fresh coat of paint on there. You can see a slight line on the top of this thing. Not much, but there is no, you don't see any bare wood. It's all covered. So I'm going to let this sit off to the side and basically dry on top of some plastic. And that'll be it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope everyone had a great Christmas. I'm kind of glad myself that it's over with. And yeah, enjoy. And remember, folks, conserve water. Shower with a friend.